Scene 6J, take 4.
All right, whenever you're ready.
My husband is not home. He's away on a long journey. Come, let us delight ourselves and drink deep of love.
The inspiration for this film came, honestly, directly right out of the passage, right from Proverbs 7, out of the Bible. The script was basically a direct adaptation of the passage. I didn't change much. I basically kept the script word for word along with the passage in order to keep it true to the spirit of the book. Obviously, it's a religious film taken directly out of the Bible, but it's also, I think there are values that can be applied to everyone's life, religious or not. There's things like honor and loyalty and integrity. Those are key factors to this film, and you see that in the young man when he chooses to wander off and go down the path of adultery. But that's something that can be applied to all of our lives, regardless of what you believe in. And I believe it's a message that needs to be spread, so that was kind of the starting point for making this film. So if you've ever read the passage of Proverbs, chapter 7, it's the story in the film is basically identical, word for word. The story, if you read it, it's about a father who's telling his son and warning him against the trap that adultery can be, how it can really plague his soul and just drive him down to the depths of death and sin. In the film, we see a father telling his two sons about a young man he's seen in the past who has unfortunately given into the path of adultery and hasn't had training or wisdom imparted to him. So he chooses to give in to temptation, and he's a little bit hesitant at first, but he's purposely going down the path to the road of the woman's house, and by the time she comes out, he chooses to give in. And I think that's the key part of this film, is that the woman can do all the enticing she wants, but in the end, it was the young man who chose to follow her and chose to commit adultery with her. Ultimately, this film it's very personal, and it's a very deep topic, something we don't normally want to just talk about in public, but I believe that this warning, the warning against adultery, needs to be something that needs to be spread out there. I just wanted this film to be a warning against mainly my brothers and other young men, and this idea of trying to stay loyal, one, to our God, and to girlfriends or to spouses later on in life. I really wanted to target men in general with this film. The lessons from the father that we see in the film apply to everyone, I believe, but men especially, we struggle with this, and it's something that I wanted to bring to light, and I wanted to bring to the public, and I wanted to talk about, because it's not something we talk about necessarily in the open. So I wanted this issue to be brought out into the light and addressed.
Okay, you want him on the ground?
Yeah, are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I brought up the broom, so you can ask me questions.
It's more about it.
Oh, we helped you. Well, thank you.
And watch. And among the simple.
That's what it is.
Maybe if he stood at this post right here, because that's like right where it's gonna be. The walk is kind of the thing that the people are watching, because when he goes right into the house, from right there, it's like not much of a temptation, you know?
Yeah, stop at the post.
The apple bite.
Can you come down just a tad?
I hope you're getting like footage of this.
Oh, I got it.
Come down just a tad, Sam.
Oh, don't worry, Sam.
Like down?
Yeah, move down. Right there. Okay, right there. We're gonna do that. Okay, right there.
Doing awesome. It's the same compliment.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Good question.
Jump out.
Oh. Don't do anything stupid. What are your thoughts about this, Brandon? About the whole thing up there?
I don't condone this.
What a legend. What a guy.
No big deal.
Who hangs everyone, you or people?
I do, obviously.
Oh crap!
So for the setting in the story, it's kind of, I was thinking in my head, a small fishing community. We didn't get the first location I wanted, but the second location we ended up with was a bunch of abandoned buildings, so I kind of changed from more of a fishing community to more of a farming community, which it's essentially the same thing. And the buildings looked, they're abandoned barnyards, essentially. So it worked out great for a farm setting, and that really plays to the story. I think of it's this simple life.
We're the extras.
So what's kind of the storyline-ish?
Adultery. It's about adultery.
What are you guys hoping to end up out of this?
End up after this.
Well, like, what are you guys hoping to happen? Not really happen, but the results.
I want to become a movie star.
What do you hope to result out of this?
I'm just an extra. Also, I'm the Slater guy.
Scene 2C, take 1.
It's been a privilege serving my country by making this video.
So not only was this film an emotional and personal piece to me, but it was also a technical advancement for me in my video making career. Leading up to this project, I wanted just to make something just to kind of demonstrate to myself, I guess, what I could do and how I'd grown. So that's partly what this project also was. We were using professional audio equipment for the first time. On our previous Hunger Games video, we just had an iPhone to record the sound, and this time we actually had a shotgun mic with a professional recording device.
You getting all the sounds?
All the sounds.
So that was an advancement for me. Also, I've only in the past year realized how to use a camera to its full extent. So that was a lot of fun and very exciting for me to get to do that and just create the shots that I actually wanted.
Take 1.
All right, go for it. All right, you good?
Well, it's turned out pretty good. Acting's 5-star, definitely. My character is the oldest of the sons, and he's just now getting some new information on what he should and shouldn't do out there. These are the scrubs that didn't come back on time! Look at those punks. Punks? Shameful. Absolutely shameful. I cannot believe the gall I'm witnessing right now from you guys.
Pretty shameful, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Whose kids are these? These people we hired are fantastic. Well worth the money we paid for them.
So some other cool things we had in the film is we actually got to work with a rabbit. See the star of the show right here? After we'd filmed the whole video, a little later on, we went into the woods and just got some footage of the rabbit walking into a trap.
The makeshift trap.
Because you see the images in correlation with the young man walking into the woman's house, so it represents how he is being ensnared and walking into this trap of adultery with the woman. So that's what the rabbit imagery was for.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
It's sort of a rule I've created for myself that I'm not going to make a video unless I get to appear in it. So I had a couple cameos in this film.
We're gonna go shoot a cameo with Chris.
The beginning sequence, I got to be a farmer off in the distance as you see the father walking back to the town. And then later on, this actually wasn't planned, but when I was editing the video and for the very last scene when the young man comes out of the building, and he's putting his shirt back on and stuff. It felt like it wasn't flowing to me, and I needed something else, another shot in there. So I actually just went into my backyard, and my sister shot me putting on the same shirt. So that close-up shot you see of him buttoning the buttons and everything, that's actually me. So I got to be in the video a couple times, actually.
I can't feel my feet when I'm with you. I'm very cold.
Shrek.
So this film was a personal project to me, mostly because it hits on something that I struggle with and that my peers struggle with. So I wanted to really just bring this idea of adultery and integrity out into the light, and I was truly praying that God would use this to touch somebody. If you enjoyed the film, please leave a like, a comment, or subscribe to my channel, and please share the film. That's really what my heart was for this film, is that people would see it in a new way. A lot of people like me, reading isn't necessarily the most beneficial way to learn something, so by adapting Proverbs 7 to the screen, I was really hoping that somebody might see the passage in a new light and the message might be more real to them in this way. So please share this with your friends and family. It would really help out me, and I'm just praying that somebody will be blessed by this video and that somebody will be enlightened. So thank you very much for watching. Check out the main video if you haven't already, and please share with your friends. Thank you.